This is Jimmy.
Nuclear launch detected.
Right on.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today it's going to be action and light. Let's see, let's do red versus blue. Top left on retro, it's going to be action. The back row Zerg, and in the bottom left it's going to be light. Maybe the best Terran player in the world right now. Ongoing is SSL Season 1, which is ASL Season 18. The group selection is supposed to happen here soon, but I'm casting this on the 10th of September and not going to post this for another week or so, so maybe already know what the group stages are. So, man, every group, I think, is going to be a group of death. So I am super excited to watch more SSL Season 1. Afrika rebranded to Soup. I have no idea why, but man, that organization is super bad at branding, I feel like, but I do support them and love them for bringing us additional professional high-level Brood War in the year 2024. Okay, what are these guys up to? Nothing nuts. No proxies in the mind tier from Light. Nothing like a proxy hatch in the mind of our guy Action either. Looks very much all the world like a hatch first from him here on Retro. It is a big 4-player map. Safe to do that. You don't have to. We have seen pool first openings on 4-player maps, but sometimes is not all of the time. So what do we got here? Rax? We're not CCing first, are we? No, okay. Rax going down. For a second I was scared. He was getting up to like 300 minerals, and I was like, no, definitely going Rax. Hatch coming down here at about 11 supply at 140, and then we'll get some gas, and then we'll go into mutas, and all should be well here. So yeah, hope you guys are all having a fantastic time. Hit that like button if you're excited for action versus light here today. Falcon is having a good day. He's able to cast some StarCraft, and that makes every day good. When I can't cast some StarCraft, I go to bed feeling lost somehow. Feeling like there's a hole in my life, and that hole needs to be filled by StarCraft. And that sounds dirty, but it's not. It is wholesome, I promise. All right. Overlord, poke it in. Doesn't see anything of note here. Doesn't see a bunker. Doesn't see a command center. Doesn't see an SCV moving out because Light is not actually scouting. Drone scout here from Action. He's worried. Light's aggression is very, very dangerous. And he knows that this Smurf name here is Light. So he's going to be very, very careful. That's why he's sending the drone out. Even though he's losing minerals, right? He's losing mining time. So yeah, unfortunately scouted clockwise, and a counterclockwise scout would have been better to find Light, but hey, that's the RNG in StarCraft sometimes, folks. So, 100 gas, we're working on it. We are harvesting dutifully here. Ooh, quick fac. Alright, hang on. Could this be Wraith opening? We have seen Wraiths used in TVZ on the channel recently. Ooh, during the live stream on September the 8th, we had a game featuring Royal and a Zerg player named Swan, where Royal went cloaked Wraith in an answer to a 2-base Muta opening from the Zerg. It turned into a very weird game. It featured Ensnare. It featured Parasites. It was crazy. It was absolutely crazy stuff. Anywho, what do we got here, folks? We are going, yeah, 2-star port. Yep. So 2-port Wraith on the opening. Might get an armory here and get some Valkyries out. I'd be a big fan of that. I just feel like adding a Valkyrie into the mix is so good. I mean, it's the anti-Mutalisk unit. So if you're not making it and you're trying to counter Mutas, what are you doing exactly, Terran players? Now, oh my gosh, it's a Hydra Den. Well, he scouts no expansion and says there's a good chance this is actually an anti-Mutalisk build. So what if I don't make any mutas? What about that, huh? What if I've got a Hydra Den done? What if your Wraiths show up to harass and there are mutas sitting in every mineral line? What are you gonna do then? This is great out of Action, man. Good scout, good game sense. He realized what's happening here and is pumping Hydras, getting the speed upgrade for him. They can chase Wraiths down if they have the speed upgrade. All right. I'm on board. I'm 100% on board with what I'm seeing here out of Action. Is that guy stuck back there? He sure is. You could lift the factory and get him out of there. The factory's not making anything right now. Macro hatch. Still sticking on 2 base, but getting a macro hatch because he still knows This Overlord, it was providing vision of the empty natural, but now it's dead. Now we don't know if Light's going to expand or when he's going to expand. Going to have to scout that out with something, probably a Speedling maybe. Going to be tough to get an Overlord over there with these Wraiths out on the field. They have sky control. And look, haha, there are Hydras now. You got a drone. Ooh, maybe two? Nope, getting a drone. Not as good, man. Oh, I think that was another dead one. Hang on a second. 2 drones. Look at them just running circles around this place. But every hit you're taking from these Hydras is taking massive chunks off of your life because you're a Wraith. A single Vulture gets chased out. There's the one sunken to deal with the Vulture there, too. And this just kind of feels like we're just going to mass Hydra show up and kind of win the ball game, doesn't it? Cloaked Wraiths are coming in. Cloak is a bit further away, maybe, than I think Light wants it to be, but he chose when to start it, so... Okay, bam, macro hatch up. We were working on an Evo chamber. This is going to be Hydras, folks. Yeah, see, this is why RJB sends me replays like this, because he knows we want non-standard stuff sometimes. It's really fun to see a standard opening with mutas and how much damage can they get done and can the Terran kill the third base. But in a game like this, 1 base opening, 2 port Wraith, things get dicey and things get weird and you start kind of being unable to predict exactly how this is going to go. I do think Action's making all the right choices. I'd love to see him invest in like a Spore for detection purposes and for defending against these Wraiths by shooting them in the face purposes. That'd be great. Because there are enough of them to one volley down a drone now. Ugh, getting shots off on these Hydras too is incredibly annoying. Oh, Light. Look at Light doing the thing that is getting directly hard countered and being fine with it. Ooh, siege tech too. Dude's getting siege mode. Okay, well, I mean, if you forced your enemy into a whole bunch of Hydras, then guess what? Tanks are going to be pretty good. Ooh, another Wraith died. You can't one-shot these dudes anymore, can ya? Did he attack the wrong thing there for a second? I feel like some of those attacks went this way instead of this way. Either way. Okay, yeah, I just feel like showing up with like 100 2-base Hydra push type stuff would be incredible. Because there is a tank, it doesn't have siege mode yet, and really only 1 siege tank is not really going to be enough, right? Second factory coming in. Starports are quiet, the Wraiths have done what they needed to do. Vulture gets wiped out, Hydra's pushing for pressure. This isn't 100 Hydras, but you don't need 100 Hydras when your opponent opened 2 port Wraith. They don't have a lot of other stuff, man. They do have ye old siege tank. So 1 siege tank high ground against a bunch of Hydras. I don't know about this. I mean, he's probably going to get in there, take a tank shot, and then get out. Yep. Can you sneak up here, maybe? I don't think that's in range. If you sneak, like, right up here... I don't think that's in range of these tanks. Taking down the second gas would be a big freaking deal. Third base coming in from Action now. He knows the expansion exists for Light. Excellent work by him. Queen's Nest coming in from Action. Probably going to go right into Hive here. And then try to get some Defilers out. A little bit of Plague, a little bit of Dark Swarm. You know the drill. Okay, so what is it? 38 to 33 workers. Terran's up. No real surprise there. Some drones have died. Zerg player runs on a lower drone count anyway. Evolution Chamber coming in. And I like Light's... I was going to say I like Light's position, but I think I like Action's more. Okay, well, giving up a lurker for free is not a way to make me like what you're doing here, Action. Wow. Yeah, I think he was trying to sneak up here, but there's this tank now. So if these tanks can't hit you, it doesn't matter. This tank exists. Also, I think coming around this bend, these guys were getting hits off. So, man, that's a great tank position, dude. Okay, Creep Colony coming in. He does want a Spore, would be my guess. Unless this is a Sunken. I'm going to guess Spore based on this location. It is. Okay, good. Spore coming in. Third base popping. Drones transferred over in time. Aww. That is so well done. That is so well done. All right. Racks. All of the racks now coming in. We are not going mech. We are going Marines with medics. Gonna get, there you go, plus with infantry weapons for those dudes. Medics in production. Lurker aspect is already done, obviously. We have some lurkers, and this game is kind of just shifting into a regular TVZ, right? It's just one that now involves, there is a Spore up, which is weird for a meta TVZ in 2024. But that just tells you, ah, yes, because these wraiths are here. Which indicates the game early was weird, but it's now moving into a more standard thing. Irradiate coming in here too. Defiler Mound going down. Scouts the Defiler Mound. Sees the timing on that. Hydra's keeping those Overlords alive. Really nice placement. Every placement of your Overlords matters in this game. Because wraiths are annoying, man. Oh, you could try to fight those dudes. Well, fighting Overlords may be better than trying to kill Hydras with your cloaked wraiths. That is a supply block on action, and at this point of the game, that hurts. That really hurts. He's trying to make Lings and Hydras, and I guess he just got on supply block pretty quick. More Overlords! Yes, he's making 2 more. Action is fine. He is overlording because he understands that some of these Overlords out on the map are at risk of going down, and I think that's it for Overlords alone on the map. There's this guy, but he's being protected. Adrenal on the way here too. So yeah, if you just kind of came into the game at this point, you'd be like, yeah, Lurkers are out. A bunch of Hydras here. That's current meta. Some Siege Tanks are around. A lot of Marines are being produced. Firebats, Medics. Yeah, this is pretty normal stuff. But it started with, oh gosh, are you burrowed in? Yeah, he was burrowed in tank range there. But it started with a 2-port Wraith, man. No Valkyries. But then you really should only make the Valks if your opponent did go for Mutas. Because otherwise, your Valkyries, there's no point to have Valkyries in this game because there were no mutas for them to kill. Charging in is action. Trying to get these guys before they siege up. Trying to delay the... Oh, they do get that tank. I was going to say, delay the retreat on that tank so they can take it down with the spines. And they do. Crazy, crazy, crazy good stuff here. Okay, more. Dark... And with the Dark Swarm... But the Siege Tanks say, you're not as safe inside that Dark Swarm as you think you are, friend. Brother. Hermano. Who is this hermano? Are you really going for this? I don't know about that, dude. All right, fine. Sort of need Lurkers to get rid of the Marines, or the Firebats, especially if you're going to get in there. And no, wow, just getting out. This tank count is hefty. For light. This is a hefty sprinkling of Siege Tank here, man. Okay, more good. More Dark Swarm coming up. Engineering Bay for further upgrades for the Marines, because they got the +1, but having, 3/3 is nice. And 2 Engineering Bays helps you get there faster, historically. Plagues on the way. I don't see any sign of a 3rd base here from Light either. This is just a slow... Oh boy, look at this concave out of Light. Are you really? I mean, Dark Swarm is good. Oh, Lurker is getting irradiated. Plague getting tossed down on a bunch of those Marines. But if there's no follow-up, they're not going to die. Plague itself will not kill anything. Yeah, just kind of sitting back like, hey, you want to attack into my Siege Tanks? You go right ahead. 3rd base coming up left side. Wraiths hunting an Overlord. Beautiful. Hunting another Overlord. Man, these Wraiths are getting some value. They're providing vision up here. Oh, gosh. Picking around the edges there, too. Action going for a bit of a flank attack down that right side. I like this. Getting a full surround on this army seems like it'd be pretty effective. Let's see. Let's see if this is going to work out for our dude. Or maybe just a counterattack? Jumping on a bunch of, like, unsieged tanks. I didn't bring any Defilers with you, though. Way too many Marines for that. So get on out, Ling Hydra army. That'd be good against these tanks, but bad against, well, the Marines. Okay, we're just sending Lings down to get some friendly fire tank splash. 1 tank down. Okay, 3 tanks got killed there. That's pretty good, but the Marine coverage on the remaining tanks is good, and they can't approach it. Pushing up the right side. Marines, tanks, high grounding it here. Where are the Lurkers? Where are the Defilers? There are some wiggly boys there coming to join this party. Metasynaptic node is on the way. Zerglings again running down. Just these ones are just kind of trying to see where the Terran army is. Another Dark Swarm here. Gets the Irradiate off, but second Dark Swarm? No, really? What happened to the second Dark Swarm? Why would you send your Lurkers down there if you didn't have a second Dark Swarm? Come on. Come on, action. I know you're the macro Zerg, but you're also pretty good at the other stuff. The micro of the Zerg, right? There's not even a Defiler up here. You can't sack that base, by the way. You cannot let it die. Okay, trying to break this left side. Cracklings are here. They've got upgrades. 1, 2. All right, so yeah, this whole side gets wiped. Yeah, okay. And maybe getting up into this third base, too. This is dangerous all of a sudden for Light. He sent some units in there to reinforce that third, because, like, 2 Marines is not going to do it. But also, there's a lot of other stuff coming here, too. And, whoa, Light takes the chance to jump up and try to take down the natural base of Action. He needs a Dark Swarm at this position so bad, because these guys are taking Siege Tank hits. The third base, yes, is going to die. What is, yeah, getting inside the Dark Swarm there. Oh, Dark Swarm right here. Go, go, go. What are these Defilers doing? Wandering, bumbling around, bumbling fools they are. This one gets a Dark Swarm up from the right side. Dark Swarm, third base, lifted, running, belongs to the Zerg for now. Maybe some, where are these Overlords here? Are they scouting? I don't know. Suddenly it's 111 to 85 total supply. Not looking good for Light at all. On economy, but army pretty good. Another incredible Dark Swarm, a Plague. There's the Plague that Action was looking for. Irradiated Defiler walking through the Plagued Marines. Actually fairly effective D-Matrix up on the Siege Tanks too. They will survive some extra hits, but it does not make them invulnerable. And it does actually look like Action's going to be able to hold this thing, and the third base is still dead. Can he reclaim the third base? That's the question. This game has been absolutely incredible. 6 kill tank there, bam, and this does get held. But that means the reinforcements that we're going to go up to the natural base are going to come and clear this thing out. Oh, hang on. Hang on, it does land. Immediately, Cracklings get started on that thing. Butter it up, 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 butter it up. Take shots, get distracted. Lurker's firing on it too. If Light can't hang with this third base, he's a dead nerd. Lurkers all die. More reinforcements from Action coming in. He's got 40 workers to 37 SCVs from Light. That's helping him quite a bit here in sending reinforcements off. Tank was protected from the Hydras because they only do... Oh my gosh. Dude, that was a single Hydralisk inside Dark Swarm and it died to Tank Splash. Sometimes Siege Tanks and Dark Swarm do not work the way that I would expect them to. Okay, tank down. Science Vessels having to flee from this position. Too many Hydras. A bit of a Wraith, big old Wraith harass. What? Wiping out a ton of the drones of the natural base of Action. Holy hen, I thought that was going to be a drop, but it's kind of effectively the same thing. Third command center goes down. This game is getting an epic tag. This is absolutely bonkers. 3 base to 2 base here at 17 minutes. Pretty darn even at this stage. 37 drones and 24 SCVs, though. Hydras come in to fight. They do finally kill one of the 3 remaining Wraiths. That one has to escape. 9 kills on one of the Wraiths that have been around forever now. No, don't come down the ramp. Action. Bad. Stay up here where it's safer. Wow, coming down that ramp was a horrible move. Yeah, Light knows. Okay, gets a Plague off, takes an Irradiate, but Plagues 3 of the 4 Science Vessels. The last one is pretty healthy. Eggs, buying time. As much time as you can buy time for this third base not existing for Light is good. I don't know if there's even a Spire to try to pick off these Plagued Science Vessels. I'm not sure that Action's thinking about it. He's trying to get some Lings on in. There are some Firebats in the mix, though. And the Firebats are doing pretty well against these Lings, but, Hydra shots on the Science Vessels do what a Mutalisk would do. Lurker is inside the Dark Swarm. Dark Swarm wears off. This is so intense. Holy crap-and-zola. Another Plague up. 67 to 78 supply. This is so low econ right now. This is tough. This is tight. Micro matters more than anything at this point. Marine is denying this expansion up here. If Action gets a 4th base and continues to deny Light's base, this is over. But right now, still 3 base in it. Although, obviously, this stage of the game, the Zerg is still mining from his main, and Light is not mining from his main at all. 'Tis the nature of Zerg, right? They get their natural bases first. Firebats trying to fight Hydras, never what they want to do. Marines fighting Hydras is always what they want to do. But more Lings coming on in. Irradiated Defiler is just bouncing among his buddies, hurting them immensely. and then goes back and dies. The fight for this third base has been legendary. Is there enough to hold here, folks? This is a scan to see what the Zerg player has. He's like, I don't know. That fourth base is now coming in. And that's big. Big, 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 big. Where is the third? Is it being... Oh, man. I'm not even sure if he's building a command center anywhere. Is he going to lift his main CC? Maybe he's going to lift his main CC and try to fly it over. But no, I think Light's dead. I don't think he has any ability to get a third base up. And it's a 3-basing Zerg. Soon to be a 4-basing Zerg. And that's the end of it. Some Lings roll in, but... the fire bats eat them alive. All that was just to get some plague on these fire bats, so the running inlings will be able to wipe them out. 3-2 upgrades on those guys. The infantry's at 3-2 as well. And I think that's it. I think Light's backed into a corner at the third base, literally and figuratively. The DPS output, that's a GG. Light taps out and action is our winner in 20 minutes and 52 seconds. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he scanned and saw this base was here. He can't get a third. And bam, that is the win. So it's Hydra meta in TVZ, but it was forced that way through the powers of 3-port or 2-port Wraith. So we 2-port Wraithed it, forced the Hydras out, basically said, mutas aren't going to be very good here. You can probably make Valkyries anyway. And then the Hydra meta was big. Only +1 attack on these guys, +3 armor, but in good numbers with lurkers, with lings. The defilers obviously key to this whole thing. That's what it is for Zerg. For any game that goes past the 15-minute mark, you got to have those defilers if you're going to win, unless it's a very, very odd one. So, GG, man. What a match that was. Light for a minute there was on 3 bases against a 3-basing Zerg and tried to make his push up here. That was the key for Light, was pushing up into the third and killing it. Or the natural and killing it. If he'd killed the natural, that would have probably put him in position to win the game. But he couldn't quite pull it off. Couldn't quite get up there. The Dark Swarm was too much. The Plague was too much. The upgrades on the Lings and the Hydras and the Lurkers was too much. He's forced to fall back. This base dies because there's Hydras. This isn't Ling Ultralisk or something like that where nothing can shoot up. The Hydras played a pivotal key in this game, and they were forced to be here by the 2-port Wraith opening. So... GG, man. I'm not sure Action's had that good of a win against an elite Terran player in a while, so hats off to him. Nicely done. 127,000 points, 112,000 points there in favor of Action. He outproduced the Terran, outkilled the Terran, and lost fewer units than the Terran player did by pretty wide margins. All 4-to-1 buildings raised, and an outspend pretty hefty here for 20 minutes. About a 9,000 total spend. 8,000? 7,000 resources spent more than Light and getting that win. All right, that was fantastic. That was a really, really, really good showing there. And at the end of the day, Zerg gets a win, and that's going to be it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, Twitch. Also, I'm on TikTok and Instagram these days at Falcon Paladin 2. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.